And so we're back, and we just, yeah, I think we just finished telling these two Krogan idiots that there's no fish on the Presidium. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
we did, right? Yeah, let me just make sure we did.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Okay. So, you know, we're going to continue this line of reasoning where we have a video where we talk about something that really just pisses us off about humanity,
Yeah.
or just whatever comes to mind while I play this game that has nothing to do with it. But this time, I saw this music video a couple days ago. My girlfriend showed me this video about Selena Gomez's. I don't know if it's a new song, but a song that I've never heard before. Called what is it called, Trevor? It's called like "Look Good for You." Good for you.
Good for you. Good for you. I think.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the song. I'm sure everyone that's watched this video. Actually, I can't even say that because no one watches these videos, and the people that do watch it probably don't even know the song. But so she's got a new song, or a song called "Good for You."
No, but I know you. Even a senile
and if you watch the music video, or even just listen to the song,
yeah, I've been getting that a lot.
It is literally the entire song is all about sex. There is not a single lyric or line or image or period of time in the song or thought in the music video or in the song itself that is not about sex. It is literally 100,000,000% about sex, and it's all about her wanting to look good for some guy, which is fine. But I'll get to my argument in a second.
And this is my favorite store on the
There are thousands and thousands of songs about
I know.
just
I'm sure there are.
Strictly sex.
I'm sure there are.
But there's not
this is
very
just
many of them that are just the girl.
I'll take it.
It's just the girl saying, "I don't care about anything but looking good for you while you fuck me." Like that's.
Oh yeah,
so weird.
yeah. There are most songs. I mean, most songs, when you really think about it, are about sex. You know, it's a love. You know, every okay, maybe not every song, but a lot of songs, when you really break it down, are all about a love story. Just like you can say that most movies have love story elements in them. But yeah, when it comes down to it, there are not that many songs that are just straight up about, hey, let me just look as good as possible. Let me just wear the sexiest clothing. Let me just wear the sluttiest clothing, just so that when you're fucking me, you think I look sexy. And that is exactly what this song is about. There are even scenes in the song where it is in the point of view of a guy while he's being ridden by Selena Gomez, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to say that it's not sexy, because it is, and if I said it wasn't sexy, I would just be doing a disservice to myself and lying.
Yeah. Yeah, no point in lying about it, right?
But this is a continuation of the argument that me and Trevor have been putting forth during these last couple episodes.
Yeah.
Where women always want to talk about how, women's rights and sexual equality and the equality of genders really matters. But you just can't. You just can't have that argument, and then it's just completely okay for a girl to release something like this. You're just shooting yourself in the fucking foot. It's almost on the same level as when a woman votes for and I'm going to get into politics here, and I'm sorry in advance, but it's almost as if when a woman votes for a Republican president, they are literally voting against themselves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's just another one of these things, and it's just silly, because she can do this video and it's just fine. But if there was maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe if a guy did this video and it was all about looking good for his girl, it would be okay, or it wouldn't be okay. But it just seems weird to me.
What can I get you?
But that's just the end of my argument. I'm kind of losing it now because I have to play this game, and and talk about something, and I've kind of lost my train of thought. But maybe Trevor can pick it up and take it away from me.
Thanks for your time.
I don't know.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I first
You
started...
get where I'm coming from, right?
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's so dumb that there are some people that
Please move along.
You forgot your credit
it's
kit.
Going back on the whole topic. I just watched a music video by Demi Lovato called.
Well, the Quarian could have stolen it.
I'll close this event report, but I'll be watching you. Get a permanent residence.
Oh, before you go on.
Sorry.
Oh shit! I messed up on this game. I wish I could give you something more. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Take care of yourself from here?
As a piggyback to that thing, another thing crossed my mind when I was watching that video, and this goes to Miley Cyrus and just a whole bunch of other people that are in the same kind of situation as where am I going? As Selena Gomez and that kind of thing. Like these girls and guys from Disney who have gotten famous and then gotten famous on Disney.
This meeting would be more
this is where my argument's going. But it's like ever since Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus, I think Justin Bieber went first, but Miley Cyrus kind of followed in his footsteps. It's almost like they're just waiting.
It's been a long time,
they're just waiting for that moment when they turn 18 to release some kind of racy or provocative or completely new thing. It's like they just want to go. They want to turn 18 so they can just say, "Hey, remember when I was in Disney? Oh well, fuck that. Now I'm going to turn into the biggest slut on the planet." And it's like they have this. It's almost like they feel like they have because they were on Disney, and now because they're mature, they have to move so far away from what they think they were that they just go insane almost. And I think that's kind of what
Miley Cyrus is the prime example.
Yeah, she is the prime example. She was fucking Hannah Montana. Albeit, I'll concede that I never ever watched a single Miley Cyrus or Hannah Montana thing before she, or at any point, still. I mean, to this day, I still have.
Hannah Montana was like a wholesome girl.
But yeah, she was supposed to be a wholesome girl. She was in, a kids show. Teeny boppers looked up to her. Everyone that watched it, on the Disney kids, the Disney girls, they all looked up to her. And the immediate second she turned 18, it's like she said, "Oh, I can't be associated with that anymore. I have to go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum and turn into a fucking sociopath." And that's exactly what she did. And ever since she did it, and ever since Justin Bieber did it, because Justin Bieber did the same exact fucking thing. I mean, I remember when I was like, let's see, how old was I? I was like 16, maybe 17, or something like that. And my dad found a YouTube video of Justin Bieber when he was like, I don't know, 10 or 12 or something like that. And he was just playing the piano and singing the song. And we watched it and we thought, wow, he's actually pretty talented. And just from where he came from right there is such a far cry to what he turned into, because he is just a fucking piece of shit now. And it's like he just wants to continue going down that path of just being a bigger and bigger and bigger piece of shit. Because he needs to get further and further and further and further and further away from where he was when he was a little kid. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand why kids in Disney need to do that. Because Selena Gomez is now following the same fucking thing. She was this girl that was she the one that was in High School Musical?
She's in Wizards of Waverly Place. That was Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay, well she's done the same thing too, to be honest. But it's that thing where it's like they're these innocent little kids in Disney.
It's good to have
and
the
they just
council on
think
my
that
side.
everyone's going to see them
Good luck
as
with your
that person in
investigation,
Disney.
Shepard. We hope
And
for a
that's
quick
just so
resolution,
ridiculous
quick end
because
to
they're
your
like
relationship with Cerberus.
16 or 15 or 12 when they're in those things.
That was
That is
better
not
than
what you're going to be
expected. You
remembered
realize the
as.
council's
How
offer
about
is
you
just
just be a
symbolic.
normal
They won't
human
actually do
being
anything.
instead?
Even if they don't help, I might as well stay
Don't
on
go
good
insane.
I
True
think
enough.
I have a
Don't
little
worry
bit
about
of
the
a
council or the alliance. I'll find
kind
some
of.
way to keep them off your back.
I
Shouldn't
can
be too
kind of
hard.
understand where they're coming
As long
from.
as you keep to the
In a way.
terminus systems.
So
Okay.
Anderson, we need
They-
to talk about Shepard.
I guess when they were like 10 or 12 or
What are
whatever,
you doing here?
their parents
Stop by
decided
to
like,
see
oh,
how
we're gonna put them
Anderson
in
is doing.
acting.
You
Whatever.
don't have to cover for
Small
me.
parts,
I
whatever.
invited Shepard here to
So
speak to
then
the
something
council.
like Miley Cyrus, her
We
dad
just
is
finished our
famous
meeting.
already.
What?
Well,
Consulate. Do the
he's
words
probably like an
political
E or C-list
shitstorm
celebrity.
mean
like
anything
B-list
to you?
celebrity.
The council reinstated their
Billy Ray
specter status.
Cyrus,
They're just
the
happy I'm
one-hit
staying out with
wonder
the
in
terminus
the
systems.
80s or 90s or whatever the fuck. So he has his daughter,
I could
and
see
she
how that arrangement works better for both sides.
gets
But
this
you
television
really
program.
shouldn't have taken a step
And she's at
like
an
this
age where
without consulting with
She
me
probably was
first,
13
Consulate.
when she
I
started
don't answer to you,
the show.
Leela.
I mean, I don't
Why don't you
fucking
go to
know
your
how
office
old she
and think
was or
about
whatever
that for
when
a
she
while?
started the show,
Of
but
course,
she was probably
Consulate.
13 or something when she started the
To
show.
both of you.
And that's a really like vulnerable age
Sorry.
for a
Yeah.
kid because
Udina's
first
never
start
gotten over the
liking
fact that I
girls
got
if
the
you're a
council
guy and guys
position
if you're a
instead of
girl
him.
or whatever.
Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
And like, you know,
Udina's just
wanting
doing his
to
job. True
get your
enough.
dick sucked, you start
He's
wanting
done
that
his
kind of
research.
shit.
Yeah.
And if you want
But
something
when
done
you're
on the
thrust
Citadel,
into the spotlight,
he knows who
you
can
don't
make it
have
happen.
that opportunity
Plus,
to like, you know,
he's
meet
always happy to
the
attend all
girls
those formal
that you-
diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
you know, you don't
How have the last couple of years
understand like
treated you?
rejection and liking a girl and then, oh, I wonder if she likes me back. Like
Serving on
fucking
the
Justin
council isn't how
Bieber,
I
ever
plan
since
to
he was
spend my
12,
twilight years.
he literally had
Sometimes it
millions
feels like I'm
of
just
girls
beating my head
constantly
against the
screaming
wall.
like, oh my god, I want to have sex with him. Oh my god, I
Knowing
love
the
him
truth
so
about
much. I want to
Southern
marry
is
him.
brutal. It's
So
nightmare
he
stuff.
just grew
I
up
can't
like
blame
doing all
others
this
for not
fucked
wanting
up
to
stuff.
believe it,
Like,
but I know how important
you know,
it is.
he had to find
So I
his
keep
like
trying.
thrill some other way, you know,
Hiding the
like
good
he
fight,
couldn't
right?
have just a normal life. And same with Miley
But
Cyrus,
why?
she couldn't just have she couldn't just be like normal
Well, okay. I'll concede that you
because
probably.
they don't know what normal is.
Forget
Yeah,
Udina and the
but
council. Join my
Come
crew
on
and
now.
help me
There's a
stop the
limit.
collectors.
There's a fucking
I'm
limit.
too old
You don't
to
need to
race across the
go.
galaxy. Much as I complain,
You don't
I've
need
had
to-
a
And
So,
if they're under
job to do
18, they were
you know,
forced to
front
be
line.
that pretty much. Like their parents made them be
I
a
better
Disney
go.
star.
Of course,
And
Yeah.
then once they became that Disney star, there's
I
no
wish I could
fucking
be
way
more
they're just gonna
helpful.
give it up
But if
because
you ever
like
wanna
they start making all that money. Fuck
I'm not
no.
saying they
As a
should give
kid,
it up.
no, you're not gonna give it up.
I'm not saying
So,
they should give
but
it
then the
up.
thing is,
You can't trust
their
them.
entire life is scrutinized. Every little thing they do, they don't have a chance to mess up because if they make one little mistake, then you know it's all on the tabloids and pictures. Even though they're like 15 fucking years old, which is bullshit. Paparazzi shouldn't be allowed to take pictures of people under 18. Bullshit.
No, yeah, it's true.
And then they just, you know, put it all over the fucking internet.
So-
Everything these
so
little
wait-
kids are doing. Like, there were pictures of Miley Cyrus in a bathing suit. Like, people were taking pictures of her in a bathing suit because she sent a picture to a guy or
So
something.
what your
and got hacked.
argument
Like,
is
she was like,
is that it's as much their fault, or it's as much like the media's fault or public's fault as it is their fault for what they ended up turning into.
well, yeah, they sexualized
Yeah.
kids. You
That's
can't
true.
say like
I can agree with that.
you know, there were episodes of like iCarly, like, oh, we're all gonna go in bathing suits and spray each other with water. Like, what the fuck? Why? It's a kids show for kids about
Commander,
kids. Like,
those
you
provisions
don't need to be
you
doing that
provided were
shit. There's
perfect.
enough of that on TV
I
anyway.
owe
Make the kids
I've
show just
already
shit for
thrown
kids. They
together
don't
some
care.
of my
It's not like little
calamari
baby-girls are jerking their
jumbo.
wieners
Here,
off, cranking
try
their
mine.
hogs to some Hannah Montana.
Mhm.
But it's like the media sexualizes the
Told it's
kids.
based on an
The media
Asari recipe.
demonizes the children when they
Seems a
do
little
a thing that
cannibalistic to me
normal
with
kids
their
do.
tentacle
Like,
heads and all,
you know,
but
if
they
you
no good grub.
when I was younger and I
Anyway,
was
thanks
like,
again.
you know,
You
trying
really
to date
came
girls and hook up
through.
with girls, I was like, you know, sending messages that were pretty cringeworthy now that I think about them and stuff like that, and like asking girls if I could
How may
touch
I
their
help you,
boobs and stuff
Commander?
like that. Like,
I have
if
a present
if
for
a
you, Dad.
guy star sent that and it got out,
Brandy.
you know, he's fucking demonized on the by the
Thank you.
media and
I
all these
always
people.
regretted not
Everything's out
opening
there.
that
So
original bottle
the kid
when
kind
I
of has
saw
this
Grim.
distorted
I
worldview
won't
and
make
thinks
the
like,
same
oh,
mistake
well, I'm
again.
just going to do whatever I want.
Why don't we
You
open
know,
this
and then he
bottle
fucking
right
goes
here,
and
right
smokes
now,
weed when he's
you and me.
17 and it gets
You crack open
someone
the
takes a
bottle.
picture
I'll
of
get
it.
the glass.
How many fucking 17-year-olds on Earth, or 16 or 15-year-olds on Earth smoke weed and no one ever knew about it. I'm one.
But Jenkins pops up and
you know, I mean,
yeah.
you can't really say you and Danny weren't one. Well, Danny wasn't one because parents did find out about it. But I mean,
soldiers like him make the
like,
alliance
what the
great.
Fuck? You know, people get this thing like, oh shit, it's Justin Bieber, even though I'm a friend of his. Like, oh, it's Justin Bieber smoking weed. The media can get a lot of pictures out of this, and then they sell them the picture. It goes on the media, on the news, like, bad boy, Justin Bieber smoking weed. Then it's like, he's just like, well, fuck it. Everything I do is already out there anyway. Might as well do whatever the fuck I want, you know? So I'm gonna go drive my car real fast. I would do the same shit if I was him. Fuck, I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. If you're thrust into that situation as a kid, if you don't have the proper guidance from a parent or an agent that doesn't just want to make you do a bunch of shit to get money, I'd do whatever the fuck I could. I would do everything I could. Skydive when I'm like 17.
I just
drive around.
I get hung up on the fact that they're role models for these little kids. And the second that they're not kids anymore, they just say, fuck it, I'm not a kid anymore, so fuck you. If you think I should be a little kid.
Imagine if 100% of your life, imagine if 100% of your life, from the time you're like 10 years old till you're 18, is controlled by your parents 100% of the way.
Okay, that's a good example. But think about the kids from Harry Potter. Think about I don't know their names, whatever their names are.
Daniel Radcliffe. And all
they
them.
turned out pretty good. I mean, I don't really know, but they haven't done any fucking psychopathic shit like Miley Cyrus or like Justin Bieber.
But I also think that it was the type of media they were portrayed in. Like, imagine if Harry Potter was like really sexual and there were a lot of like sexual scenes and stuff. The media would be putting shit out there like Daniel Radcliffe looking hot with no shirt on and shit like that. Like, there's no scenes and shit like that really. There's like awkward funny scenes, but they were essentially children's books that they made into a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Hannah Montana on the show, or Miley Cyrus when she was on the show, wasn't going crazy, but once she was done and got to like do whatever she wanted after she was famous, she went fucking crazy. She went wild. She did whatever she wanted. But, you know, it's dumb. It's fucking retarded. The whole world is retarded.
Yeah. That's one thing you can always agree on.
Everything
Everything
on Earth is just retarded.
No matter where we go, we can always find each other back at the agreement that the world is dumb, and people are dumb, and human beings are stupid, and human beings should
it's just because
wiped off.
It's just because the world is run by. The world is just run by, like. I have this theory that the world is run by 10 Jewish guys. And
this will be the end. This will be the conclusion to this episode.
All right. They send two Jewish guys each to just be the fucking almighty rulers of each form of media. So, music, movies. I'll put movies and television. Music, movies and television, media, the government, and what would the other one be? I guess print. So like television and online media, and then the print media would be different. So there's 2 Jews in each category. 10 Jews just running the world that just want to exploit as much as possible. That's the fucking problem. Everything needs to be exploited. Everything needs to be exploited. It's like the minute something happens, imagine how boring the news would be if they didn't have a shooting story. If every fucking news story was all about, like, imagine if every news story was like world's biggest cookie made. You'd just be like, cool, whatever. But when you hear like 10 men shot, regardless of how horrible it is, you want to watch it and read it, you know?
True.
Like, learn about it, watch and see how it develops and see it. Because the media just exploits our natural curiosity for the morbid. Mm-hmm. If I could put it into that term, I guess. But, you know, statistically, the world is a safer place than it was 20 years ago. But also statistically, Dude is like
easier,
studies and stuff like that,
easier to
showing
get
polls.
easier to get to information, and therefore more information and more interesting information. It's a competition for information. If you don't have the most interesting information out there, then you're not gonna win.
Well, that's like, did you see Nightcrawler? Did you ever see Nightcrawler?
No.
Well,
but I know what it's
that doesn't
about.
make sense,
I mean, keep it.
yeah,
well,
well,
let's just we gotta end this video. We gotta end this episode. So come to a come to a conclusion. Let's come to a conclusion. We just like I started this video talking about how it was just weird that Selena Gomez. It's like I don't know. I don't really hold it against her. I just think that women keep women
because it sells.
I don't want to sound like a misogynist. I want to sound like a reasonable person. I just think that it's funny that feminists want so badly for women to be taken seriously, and even women that are in the media and singer-songwriters are talking about how they're feminists and they are promoting the woman race, and then they come out with these kind of videos like Elle King and like how even Miley Cyrus, and then now Selena Gomez come out with these videos that are just 100% sex, 100% talking about how women are just sex objects and sex idols, and how if that's what you want, then that's fine, but you can't say that you're a feminist and that you want women's rights to be equal to men's, and then just be completely submissive to what men want. That's my conclusion. Maybe it sounds stupid, but that's my conclusion.
This is my conclusion. My conclusion is that, in a very succinct way, that greed causes exploitation, and exploitation causes greed. So it's a vicious cycle. Like, you're greedy, so you want more, you want to make as much money as you can. And it's okay to be greedy. Some level of greed, everybody has some level of greed. But then there's, negative aspects of it. So you're greedy, so you want to make as much money as possible. So you play to the women card and say, this song is about empowering women. And then you play to the men by making your music video. You can see your fucking nips through the shirt, and you're riding a dude's dick, and you're naked in a shower. But the song's about empowering women. It's talking about empowering women. It's like, to stop slut shaming, stop this, stop that, empower the women. Here's a music video where I'm in a t-shirt and you can see my panties and I'm pretty much fingering my pussy on camera for you.
Yeah.
So then they have exploited the men's want for a sexualized version of the woman
to get more views, to get more buys.
Yeah.
To be more idolized.
And then the female, they're exploiting the female sense or the female need for the women to feel empowered, and so they're exploiting that. So then once those women are exploited, then once the women and the men have had both their feelings and ideas about it exploited, then your greed comes back into play. Oh, women want me to do this, men want me to do this. I'll do this, I'll do that. So you're just exploiting people for money.
It's pandering.
Essentially. You're pandering to the lowest common denominator of both groups. I'll show my tits and my ass to the guy category.
But I'll show my dominance of the man to the woman.
Yeah, me showing my tits and my ass is me being comfortable in my skin, so the women are comfortable in their skin. And it's like, what are you doing? Fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's just those Jews making them do it. That's all it really is.
And that's the racist way we'll come to a conclusion in this video. And how we will successfully show that we should not be listened to, and that no one should take us seriously, and that
absolutely not.
So, I don't know. That's our take on just another random thing, and I'm sure we'll talk about another random thing next time when Matt and Trevor conquer Mass Effect 2. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough of Mass Effect 2 when we're not even talking about Mass Effect anymore. I've said 2 things about Mass Effect this entire time, and it's right at the beginning of videos. And so, yeah, enjoy the playthrough of Mass Effect while we talk about dumb shit. Bye bye.
Yeah.